It's showtime, folks!
Impact Wrestling fans, what's up? I'm back once again. I'm here to talk about Tessa Blanchard. Is she the most talented Knockouts champion of all time? I'm about to get right on into that. First, I like to say, please stick with me. I know I go times where I don't talk about Impact Wrestling for quite a while, but it's really tough being one guy doing everything. So I try to talk about Impact as much as possible, but I definitely try to get the reviews in every week. So I'll try to get back on it as much as possible starting today. So, Tessa Blanchard, no longer featured Knockouts champion like I used to call her, current Knockouts champion. Is she the most talented Knockouts champion of all time? I know that is a tough question to ponder right now. She just won the title. How could she be the most talented? Well, I'm about to hop right on into this. First, we're going to start by looking at or going down the list of all of the Knockouts champions in the history of TNA Impact Wrestling. We have Gail Kim, Awesome Kong, Taylor Wilde, Angelina Love, Tara. Tara really transformed herself in Impact Wrestling. I loved her run, by the way. ODB. We have Madison Rain, Mickie James, Winter. Wow, I forgot all about Winter. Velvet Sky, Miss Tessmacher. Going down the list here. Havoc. If I miss anyone, let me know. Terrence Terrell Brooke, Jade, Sienna, Allie, Maria, Rosemary, Laurel Van Ness, Sue Young, and now Tessa Blanchard. When I look at that list, I see a bunch of talented women on that list. If I miss anyone, let me know. Just talent up and down the list, going down that list. But looking at the question, is Tessa Blanchard the most talented of all time? First, from a believability factor, well, I gotta say, I was about to say Tessa's at the top, but she's towards the top. I gotta say, when I say believability, I mean that in the ladies' role, however they played their role, who was the most believable? I gotta go with Awesome Kong on that one. She used to just come in the ring and just kill ladies dead. She was the most believable in that role, but Tessa's toward the top in that one. From a promo perspective, I most certainly have to go with Tessa Blanchard in this one from a promo perspective. When she says stuff, I certainly believe it, and she's very talented on the mic. So from a promo perspective, I have to give it to Tessa Blanchard. From an in-ring perspective, this one is rather tough. We got some talented girls. Gail Kim. The list goes on and on. Rosemary is very talented. I can go on and on and on that list. Very talented ladies in the ring, but you know what? From an in-ring perspective, I have to give it to Tessa Blanchard. She's so multi-talented. She can muscle around and she can fly around in the ring really well as well. So I do a tope at All In. I was like, whoa, Tessa Blanchard with the tope. She's very talented in the ring, so I gotta give it to her in the ring as well. So looking at the question overall, is she the most talented knockout of all time? I am gonna have to go with yes, she is the most talented knockouts champion, of all time. Now, last week, I slipped up and said that Tessa Blanchard was the GOAT, and then I recorrected myself and I said, nah, Gail Kim is the GOAT. Well, here's the discussion here. I like to take this back to, if I may take a left turn here, I'll take it back to basketball. We have the discussions of LeBron James and Michael Jordan, who's the GOAT. I see that go on every year. And I always say, look, bro, MJ the GOAT. Just stop it. But I look at that, and I look at Gail Kim, and I look at Tessa Blanchard. When I look at Gail Kim, I say she's the GOAT in Impact Wrestling. The GOAT knockout in Impact Wrestling because of what she did for the game. When I look at Michael Jordan, I always say he's the GOAT because he globalized basketball. He was the biggest star in basketball history, amongst many other things. I transferred that to Gail Kim. She changed the game for Impact Wrestling. She was the start of the women's revolution. Do not let anyone tell you any different. When Gail Kim came to Impact Wrestling, when she started that feud with Awesome Kong, she changed the game for women's wrestling. Then WWE started to take the women a little bit more seriously, and eventually they started to take them way more seriously. But that wouldn't have started if it wasn't for Gail Kim, if it wasn't for Awesome Kong. So in that respect, when you take into the account Gail Kim's talent as well, I have to say that she's the GOAT. But when going back to the basketball discussion, you could arguably say that LeBron James is the most talented basketball player of all time. And that's the discussion that I have right now with Tessa Blanchard. She is the most talented wrestler in the knockouts division of all time, the most talented knockouts champion of all time, but she is not the GOAT. That doesn't take anything away from her. She is phenomenally talented, and I enjoy her every single week. So that's my thoughts on that. What's your opinion? Who's the most talented knockout of all time? If I'm way off base here, let me know. I'll come down in the comments, chop it up with you guys. Let me know what's your pick for the most talented knockouts champion of all time.